April 3rd, 1996. It began like any other day. But then now it seems like every day begins like every other day. I was dictating to my stenographic electroscriber. And therefore, after an exhaustive investigation, I was forced to abandon the search for your little Raphael. Truly an imaginative pet to have eluded discovery all this time. Paragraph. However, since I despise failure and eschew defeat, eschew. It's E-S-C. Wait a second. E-C-H. Forget it. However, since I despise failure, and I don't like defeat either, I'll be only too happy to remain on the case. As soon as your past due account is paid in full. Better underline past due, I see. Paragraph. Either way, I remain faithfully capital E. Dummy. Ought to be a night school for these stenographic electroscribers. Hold this in. Hello?
Hello, is anyone in?
I'm in. Can't you hear me?
Well, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Well, you don't have to see me. I'm just having a little billing problem with the phone company.
They cut off your picture?
Are you a bill collector?
No, I'm not. Are you a private investigator?
Yeah.
Then I have to see you. May I come up?
finish later, Essie. No, Essie, erase that. Oh.
Doesn't your visit viewer work either?
Oh, it must be temporarily out of order. May I help you?
I hope so. I'm looking for Mr. Stringer of Stringer Private Investigations.
I'm Stringer. Please.
I'm Lisa Corder. My father is Emery Corder.
Corder, yeah. Corder. Pitcher. Internationally. Hanoi Giants.
Industrial giant. And also chairman of Corder Enterprises.
Oh, sure, that Emery Corder. Sure.
Well, I need help. And you were the only private detective left in the phone book. You see, I think my father is missing.
Well, there's one thing about missing persons. Either they're missing or they're not.
Well, the police say the case is closed. However, What is that? I smell something burning. What is that?
An egg. My last egg until Thursday.
Synthetics don't burn. What kind of egg is it?
Chicken kind.
Chicken? You mean a natural egg? Don't you know those things are loaded with cholesterol?
I happen to have a special place in my heart for cholesterol.
You have to have a better reason than that.
I like the sizzle when they fry.
Where do they get those eggs from nowadays?
Out of chickens. Eggs still come out of chickens. A friend of mine's got a ranch in the desert. That's where I get my eggs from.
My father pioneered the Eden Isle Project.
Oh, the dream city of the future.
Last week he was found wandering in the desert in a state of shock.
Well, then he's not missing.
Oh, no, I think he is. You see, I think the man they found was not my father at all.
Well, that's easy enough to prove. There's scan graphs, voice prints, polymer readouts. They're even more proof than the old fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
Fingerprints.
Thank you.
Now, how about the other test? I mean, what did the other tests say?
Well, they all confirmed that he's Emery Corder.
Then he must be Emery Corder.
No, on the contrary. My father is 66 years of age. Now, the man they found in the desert is not a day older than 40.
That's interesting.
It is? Will you take the case?
Well, why don't you let me check it out? Now, if I agree there's a case, I'll only be too happy to take it.
Well, that's wonderful.
Shall we go?
Oh, sure.
Nice. How many miles do you get to a kilowatt?
You don't see classics like that anymore. How come you don't restore it?
Either that or turn it into a planter.
Where do you find gas for it?
Hello.
May I help you?
I'd like to see the living library scans on a Mr. Emery Corder.
Quarter?
Corder.
Quarter.
Not the guy who played for the Hanoi Giants.
Just dial 37-314.8 on the revised Dewey Decimal System.
Excuse me, miss, could you do me a tremendous favor? You see, I was never any good at even the unrevised Dewey Decimal System. I was wondering if it's possible that you could set the tapes up for me, and maybe the latest news update.
Library. Can I help you?
Yeah, I stepped outside for a moment and was accidentally locked out.
Accidentally?
I've made it a point never to be locked out intentionally.
You have requested 110-8106-B73 series. Emery Corder, scientist, industrialist, pioneer in biological engineering. Emery Corder. If you dial an incorrect code number, you have exactly 10 seconds to reject and redial. Thank you, and enjoy your living library choice.
Thank you.
Emery Corder was transcribed for Living Library on August 6, 1992. When I was first contacted by the Living Library, I was naturally flattered. I never considered myself to be worthy of such special immortality, and I might add, still do not. However, I do welcome the opportunity to talk directly to future generations about faith. Faith in the greatness of this country. That faith, on the part of some of us, sustained our industrial, scientific complex through the trying years of the late 70s, and will, undoubtedly. I wasn't much of an activist in my youth. There was a girl in my junior year, Dorian, I think her name was. We planned to take part in the Mississippi marches, but we never got further than a motel in Delaware. But I remember that it was in the summer of that year that I first got the idea for what eventually became Eden Isle.
This is Eden Isle. Emery Corder's vision of the future. As close to paradise as $500 million of his personal fortune can make it. As someone once said, it's what God would do if he had money.
You can call it a toy. You can call it anything you want. But I built it because I wanted to see the perfect community of the future today. Totally secure, totally removed from the outside world.
And where does one find the perfect people to populate this paradise?
Oh, I'll find them. Artists, writers, painters, scientists. And they'll be tested to make sure we pick only the very best, the elite.
And what about the common man?
Let them build their own. This is my toy. My arc.
That concludes your time, sir. If you wish more, please reinsert your Omni card. Living Library, may I help you?
Yes, I was given the wrong number.
That is impossible, sir.
It was Vice President Caldwell.
It's not likely the computer would confuse a major industrialist with a black political figure.
I know it. I dialed. You gave me her number.
You had 10 seconds to reject.
I tried, but the button didn't work.
Very well, sir. We will mail you a refund credit.
I don't want a refund credit. I want my correct number. Now, it was the latest news update on Emery Quarter.
Very well, sir. You may dial 452-673.4.
Emery Quarter is returning today to his paradise community of the future, a paradise few have been privileged to see. He is accompanied by his close associate, George Dentler.
Stand on one side, please.
How long will Porter be here? I have a medical report been released to the press.
Ask for Mr. Corder's physical condition. When we know more, you will know more. In the meantime, I can assure you, Eden Isle has every possible medical requirement for his complete recovery. There will be no further statement at this time.
I think you'll find we have the Quarter investigation well in hand, Mr. Stringer.
I heard that the case was closed.
Only until further evidence turns up.
Who's out there turning?
I can assure you it's all taken care of.
The computers.
Exactly.
Elimination of human error and emotionalism. Pure evaluation of pure evidence by a pure, uninvolved intellect.
Precisely. If they find no indication of a crime, it must have been
Look,
an accident.
I'd like to see the case file.
Too late. It's already in the computer.
Well, then I suggest that you get it out of the computers.
It's impossible.
Okay. Then I'll get it out of the computers.
Who are you?
I'm a private detective.
Private what?
I'm a detective that is privately employed.
Why? What for?
Well, for people who don't believe in accidents or computers.
Stringer.
Says he's some kind of...
I know. Thought they stopped printing these up.
They did. Next year, they said they're going to send me a letter. It would be easier.
Whatever happened to that guy, Canning, who used to have number one?
He's in Bakersfield. He's growing grapes.
Bakersfield. Oh, that's nice this time of the year. Why don't you go on up there and have yourself a grape? It's all right. I'm used to handling endangered species. Look, Stringer, I like you.
Henry, and I like you, too.
You take me back to the good old days. Rotten, violent, crime infested.
Thank you.
But those days are over. People have enough now so that they don't need to resort to crime. Besides, they know they'd never get away with it. The computers would instantly catch them.
And what about Emery Quarter?
We have a complete readout on the incident. And it was just that, an unfortunate incident.
Well, not as far as his daughter's concerned. You see, she's
Simply an emotional overreaction. That's exactly why we have computers.
Well, what do the computers have to say about the fact that Quarter came out looking younger?
What would you say?
Well, it doesn't seem logical. It seems totally impossible.
That's exactly what they say.
So this is where you come.
I like it.
Stringer, you live in a ghetto.
I like ghettos.
along with cholesterol, 1971 cars, and whatever that awful stuff is you're drinking.
Whiskey.
Why don't you take a flyer pill? They're not harmful, and most of all, they're not habit-forming.
Maybe I like habits.
You're living in the past.
I don't trust the future.
Your body must hate you.
I don't know. We haven't communicated lately.
You're impossible.
And illogical. But as you pointed out, I'm the only one left who can help you.
I see. So as long as I continue to pay you, you'll continue to do the job.
Do you really think that?
Yes, I think I really think that.
Well, look, you came to me. You told me a totally incredible story that unquestionably couldn't have happened. And I believed you. Of course, I happen to be the last of the believers.
So, what do you propose to do about it? Just sit here?
Well, not here. Eden Isle. You see, everything is locked in Eden Isle.
But you can't get into Eden Isle. You have to pass tests. You have to meet very high standards, and only couples can apply.
I know. I've been thinking about that. You see, you're the key here. You have access to the test. And I think with the change in hairstyle, change the color a little bit, makeup, I don't think anyone will recognize you.
Me?
You. Us.
I must warn you, the standards for Eden Isle are exacting. The testing for admittance will be rigorous, probing, demanding. We seek and accept only those who are truly superior. All in accordance with the concept of Eden Isle. Those couples who fulfill Mr. Corder's dream of a prototype, a micro-society, will illuminate a path for mankind to follow. The testing will last 6 hours. Are there any questions before we begin? Yes, please be candid. Honesty is the philosophic cornerstone of Eden Isle.
Well, I was wondering when you're serving lunch. I just thought that I would ask.
Time's up. Time's up. Your time's up, sir.
Okay, just wait one second.
Your time is up.
Just let me get this light.
Your time is up, sir.
Tell me, Mr. Stringer, how did you feel toward your father that summer?
Feel?
Yes, feel.
Angry. Well, I was angry at first. Then I understood.
And would you say that was of paramount importance in your relationship?
Absolutely.
Now turn on your left side.
Look, I had a complete physical 3 months ago. I can save you a lot of time in x-rays.
What's your oxygen displacement in each lung?
Oxygen displacement.
Turn on your left side.
I wonder what's next.
Stringer, you really have been living in the past, haven't you?
I meant what test?
That test. Did you remember everything?
Oh, I don't know.
But we rehearsed all the answers.
We rehearsed all of the logical answers. Who says that logic has anything to do with what they're looking for? What are they looking for? Perfection? The master race? I feel like I'm in some kind of artificial womb.
One of his best, don't you think? As an artist, you must admire his kinetic balance.
Artist?
Oh, I hope I didn't get your applications confused. You did indicate you were an artist and your cohabitat partner a sculptress.
Oh, yes, as an artist, I've always admired his balance.
Don't look so nervous.
Oh. Sometimes I wonder if he doesn't care more about getting into Eden Isle than he cares about me.
Impossible. You're more important to him than you know.
Really?
According to our Dick Giles profile, he's hopelessly in love with you.
Just can't fool old Dick Giles, can you?
I hope today wasn't too exhausting. With so many applicants, I'm afraid testing is a necessary evil.
Of course.
Incidentally, you did very well.
I did?
We did, darling.
You did indeed. In fact, it's my pleasure to make it official. Welcome to a new concept in living. Welcome to Eden Isle.
This vehicle, please.
Excuse me, could you please stop? What is this place?
The Temple of Science. It contains a tribute to Mr. Corder's scientific achievements. I wonder if you know if Mr. Corder is making progress in his recovery.
Yes, we're all very concerned. He's such a wonderful human being.
Thank you. The Plaza of Arts is the ultimate realization of Mr. Corder's dream. It serves both the functional and aesthetic needs of the community.
Beautiful. The place is incredibly beautiful.
Even if it is the future.
It's not the future. It's a fantasy. An illusion of the future.
Well, of course, darling. Artists who work with paint and canvas must always see an illusion, even if it's not actually there. It's that special kind of vision.
Right, that special vision that we've talked about so much.
This is your residence. No smog, no telephone poles, not even a garage.
Not even a car.
Who needs cars? You eliminate cars,
You eliminate accidents and insurance premiums.
And mobility.
You're mobile. What do you think God gave you legs for?
So I wouldn't look out of place.
Michael, smile. We have neighbors. It's funny.
This is a Prince sensor lock. You open the doors by placing your hand against it.
Well, maybe the future doesn't work after all.
Use your hand.
Well, she certainly seems nice enough.
I knew you'd say that. This place is not the same. Something's very different from the way it was before. Something's wrong.
Well, what do you think it is?
I have no idea. I just know it's something.
Look, Lisa, this is not the city of the future. This is a cardboard cutout that pretends to be.
I don't mean that. Something else. Something much closer.
Well, maybe you're just wondering whether the TV sets are designed for us to watch them or for them to watch us. Relax. Enjoy yourself. You're in paradise, Lisa.
I can't. Where'd you get that from?
What?
Robe. Didn't get that from here.
Oh, you like it?
No.
Well, I smuggled it in with a bottle of wine. And 3/8. Now all that I need is a corkscrew. Maybe there's one in the kitchen.
Corkscrew? They're a thing of the past. You definitely won't find a corkscrew in there.
A potato peel. I bet you I can open it with a potato peel.
You don't peel potatoes at Eden Isle.
Do you know what they've done here? They've taken the challenge out of living. I like potatoes. In fact, I used to like to peel them. I can remember.
What? That's my father.
Wait a second, you can't go out there.
Well, I have to. I want to see if it's him.
We can't risk it. He might recognize you.
Well, you go.
Me?
Yes, you.
Like this?
Either you go or I go. I have to know if he's all right.
Stop staring. Find something to open a wine. Here, hold on to the eggs.
name is Robbins. I'm your neighbor.
Oh, you startled me for a moment.
Oh, really? I don't see why. There's nothing to be afraid of at Eden Isle.
Of course not. I just thought I saw someone in a wheelchair.
I doubt it.
Well, I guess it was my imagination then.
Yes. Where would we artists be without our imagination?
Good night, Mr. Robbins.
Lisa?
Lisa?
I'm here. Did you see my father?
No. What happened? I ran into our friendly next-door neighbor, Robbins, and, well, I turned around and your father was gone. What the hell happened to you?
Oh. Well, I couldn't find a corkscrew in it. I was trying to be like you.
Old-fashioned?
Primitive. I broke the top off the bottom.
Oils intimidate me.
Really? I can understand why.
They're so massive, don't you think?
Massive, yeah. That's exactly what they are, is massive. They're like Mr. Quarter in a way. Larger than life.
Yes, I see what you mean.
I'd love to capture him on canvas. The inner man. The essence of the man. But it's hard to get a look at him. Even for a minute.
If you have patience, you might try the Temple of Science. My partner saw him when they brought him in from the hospital. I think he's still there.
Well, I'll give it a try. Nope.
No?
No, I've lost it. The massiveness, it's gone. Hello.
Who are you?
Michael Stringer. I arrived yesterday.
Oh, yes, of course, you're the artist. Oils.
Right. Oils.
I'm George Detler. Are you interested in science, Mr. Stringer?
I love it.
That's unusual. Most artists are bored by it.
Well, I guess it's really a matter of artistic perspective, don't you think? I mean, personally, as an artist, I feel that I must be involved with the world around me.
I see. Do you always wear dark glasses inside?
No, only when I'm painting. You see, the dark glasses mute the colors, so that when I go back to my canvas, well, the colors are fresh again, mercurically intense.
Our dream is that one day science and the arts will merge to create a more perfect world. This is the cornerstone of Mr. Quarter's empire. High-grow wheat. Wheat which has been genetically engineered to think that it is barley. It's true. It reproduces itself year-round, and it's immune to all wheat predators.
Except man.
Except man.
Chickens. You got chickens.
Yes and no. These chickens are pioneers on the evolutionary road. They're the equivalent of 200 years old, and they still produce.
Terrific.
Can I see one of their eggs?
Eggs? I told you they're pioneers. They don't lay eggs.
But you said that they still produce.
So they do. Live offspring.
Live offspring? That's impossible.
Not for these chickens. Accelerated evolution has leapfrogged the egg stage of development. Eggs are obsolete. Is something wrong?
No. Well, it's just that I used to like eggs.
Obsolete. And now for the human pioneer of the species. What do you do with a walnut?
Well, I would crack it, I suppose. Well, it's not much good as a nutcracker now, is it? But it's really something. Cybernetics never ceases to amaze me.
It's not cybernetic.
Touch it. It's alive.
It's not alive as such. It's a cloned arm.
Clone?
Reproduced exactly as a human arm from the DNA genetic code.
Oh. Mr. Carter. Mr. Carter, I've always wanted to...
Can't talk yet.
Can I just study him for a moment? You see, I've always wanted to do a portrait of him. The bone structure's magnificent. The strength he has in his face is... Oh. Excuse me.
Mr. Carter
I'm
was
sorry.
late for his treatment.
Yeah. You know, I think I have enough for a canvas now.
Good. I hope you didn't damage your sunglasses. We wouldn't want your colors muted.
Well, is he all right?
Well, as far as I can see, he's all right.
Well, did you talk to him?
I tried to talk to him, but Detler said he couldn't talk yet.
So it is actually possible he could be my father, 20 years younger.
Well, I don't know for sure, but I'm going to find out now.
How? What are you looking for? I thought you said you didn't drink on the job.
Oh, I lied to you. I hope I didn't forget it.
What? What are you looking at?
My father left it to me. It's an antique. It's a classic.
Well, naturally, it's a classic. Classic what?
Fingerprint set.
Fingerprint set? Nobody uses those anymore.
I do.
And do you have a fingerprint of my father?
Right here on my left lens.
This is silly. There's so many easier ways of identification nowadays.
Well, that's what I'm counting on. You see, this is the one thing they may have overlooked. Now, this will prove positively whether this man is your father or not. Fingerprints don't lie.
Would you mind telling me why they stopped using them?
Well, probably the same reason they stopped using corkscrews and potato peelers.
I'm interested. I want to know about your father. Tell me about him.
Pierre.
Pierre. Is that his name?
Oh, Pierre, South Dakota. That's where he worked.
Oh. Was he on the police force?
Well, off and on. Mostly off.
And did all this come from the police department?
No, he wanted his own. You see, he didn't trust the system either.
I don't understand.
That's what my mother said. Yeah. Now look at that.
Oh, that's perfect. What are you going to do with it?
Well, do you remember that friend I told you about? The one who has a farm in the desert? You know, the egg farmer? Well, you see, he used to be a cop. He was chief of detectives.
How wonderfully coincidental.
Well, it's not that wonderfully coincidental. I mean, every private eye used to have a contact on the police force. I'll give him your father's fingerprint and he'll check it out for me.
Stringer, I want to tell you something.
Yeah, I know. You're irresistibly attracted to me.
What makes you think I'm irresistibly attracted to you?
Well, it's a classic situation. You see, female clients always come to a point in a case where they become irresistibly attracted to private eyes.
Oh, I see. Well, I just guess I haven't reached that point yet. But I still do want to say something.
What?
You're smarter than I thought.
How about if we forget about the irresistible and just settle for attractive?
I'll settle for how are you going to get the fingerprint out of Eden Isle?
The fingerprint out of Eden Isle.
You can't leave Eden Isle.
Minor details.
What do you mean, minor details? I believe you didn't even think about it. Now, come on, admit it.
No, I didn't think of it. But let me tell you something. You see, in every case, the private eye always comes to a point where he gathers all the important information, you see? And then he's got to figure a way how to get the information out. So what are you worried about? I'll think of something.
I'm not worried. Now that I know it's a classic situation.
I'm sorry, but no one is allowed to leave Eden Isle unless it's an emergency.
But this is an emergency. It's worse. It's an artistic crisis. How do you expect me to capture the essence of Mr. Carter in those plastic things? No character, no texture. I can see it now. That magnificent face emerging from an old canvas. Weathered, aged, but surviving. A triumph over my past.
No.
No? I signed a contract with Eden Isle, sir. That contract guarantees total artistic freedom. That's an inalienable right. Now, if I've got to take this up with my good friend Mr. Detler, I will.
How long would you take?
I don't know, however long it takes to find an old canvas. A couple of hours, I guess.
Let him go. Artists.
Yes, artist.
My co-habitat partner, Michael Stringer, is he there, please?
He just passed through, but we can try and get him back for you.
Would you, please?
Hello?
Hello. Michael? Michael, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I don't think it's anything to do with the television sets. I think it's the mirrors. And... Michael? Michael?
I'm sorry. We were unable to stop your partner. Is there anything that I can do?
Morning.
Morning. Got a
A special on roto shavers came in just this morning.
What I need is some canvas.
Canvas?
Yeah, a couple of square feet. If it's used, that's okay.
Well, I'll see what I've got. You're one of those artists from over on Eden Isle, aren't you? Tell you what else I've got that you probably would just...
What I really need is the canvas and a telephone.
Right over there. Go ahead.
Great.
If this is not a local call, please insert OmniCard. I'm sorry, sir. That is a delinquent OmniCard.
Operator, I'd like to place a call to J14-603. Collect. Operator. Operator, are you there? Operator, is there a problem? I mean, isn't money any good in this world anymore? Operator, haven't you ever heard of a misplaced OmniCard payment? Well, it happens all the time. Stringer. Michael Stringer. You know, if I had my way, I'd outlaw all these cards. They breed suspicion and mistrust amongst fellow men. What? Yeah, let me talk to him. Hey, Jack, it's me, Stringer. Jack, accept the damn call, will you? I'll pay you back. Look, it's a matter of life and death. No, mine.
Why me?
Because I need a fingerprint checked out, and I know that you still have the sources.
That's life and death?
Right now, yeah.
It's not like any fingerprint I've ever seen. No, there's no definition to the walls. Like it hadn't been completely formed yet.
You've just got bad reception, Jack. Now, look, I know you don't like to fly, but why don't you charter a plane and come down tonight?
Your video time unit is up, sir. Would you like to continue on the audio circuit?
Yes, operator, I would. Thank you very much. Look, Jack, what I'm going to do is leave this fingerprint with the owner. If you can trace it by, say, tomorrow afternoon. Jack, it is a fingerprint. I'll call you. Yeah, I know, not collect. Right. Look, a friend of mine's going to come here tonight. You give him this, and he'll give you something for your trouble.
What trouble?
No, I meant that as a figure of speech. Look, partner, you just trust me, okay? I'll see you later.
Lisa, I'm back.
I told you I would get out of the place. I even have the canvas. Lisa! Lisa! Robbins. Where's Lisa?
Please, Mr. Stringer, stabilize yourself.
Look, I'm stabilized. I want to know where Lisa is.
Nothing to worry about. She's apparently had a slight case of what we call pleasureitis.
Pleasure who?
Pleasureitis. One little term for a common phenomenon here at Eden Isle. New arrivals are sometimes overcome by the continual assimilation of pleasure.
Look, Robbins,
One's psychic balance, if you will.
What do you think you're dealing with, a jerk? My house is a wreck. I want to know what happened, and I want to know where Lisa is.
The Temple of Science. But you're wasting your time.
Yes?
Yes, there's something wrong. See, the Temple of Science was open yesterday. And
That was yesterday.
Well, to tell you the truth, my partner's in there, and I've got to see her immediately.
Are you Stringer?
Stringer?
Michael Stringer?
Oh, yeah, I'm Stringer.
Come with me. They've been looking for you.
They? Who's they?
Mr. Stringer, if you act irrational, I'll be forced to call for assistance.
Irrational? Goodness, no. You see, rationality is my long suit.
Clones, Mr. Stringer. You're shocked, sickened, and disgusted, am I right, Mr. Stringer?
Keep going, Detler.
They're obscenities, they're acts against nature. As a matter of fact, they violate all the principles of nature itself.
You're getting closer.
And you're most probably right, of course. But you see, here at Eden Isle, we are concerned with the laws of nature, where they begin and where they end, pushing them to their extreme limit, as it were.
Well, by the looks of things, I'd say that you pushed a little too far.
Oh, come now, Mr. Stringer. Think about it. Can any technological accomplishment be an act against nature? In the 1960s, would you have questioned the first heart transplant? In the 1980s, when the first modular heart pump was perfected, would you have questioned that?
These are different.
They're not human. They're not anything, are they?
We don't know what they are or what they may become. We only know that we have created them. We have given them life.
Life? Is this what you call life?
Existence, if you like.
Did, Emery Corder know about all this?
In the early days of the experiments, yes. Later on, he began to share your misgivings. You're an atavist, Mr. Stringer. You're a throwback to a more violent age. Even now, your primitive instinctive reflexes are totally predictable. Cut and run, lash out, escape at any cost. However, when you hear what I'm about to propose, nobody but a fool would hesitate to reconsider.
A fool?
A change in your entire lifestyle. An end to all this tawdry scrabbling about unpaid bills. A highly paid position in the Quarter Empire. And above all, a share in the glorious future. An opportunity that no sane man could afford.
If only he offered me a piece of the past. Lisa. Hey, Lisa, come on, wake up. Wake up. Come on, we've got to get you out of here. Me too.
Me too.
Okay. No, come on, you just stay right there. What did they give you?
Give you.
Come on.
Come on.
Look, Lisa, that's not your father back there. That's a clone. A clone, do you understand me? Somehow they, what do you call it? Reproduced them genetically.
wait. Stay here. Aww. Wake up. I only have a few of these left. Stay here.
Perimeter Beta 7. Alert all units. Priority 1. Repeat. Priority 1.
Come on, Lisa. There's a little town somewhere up ahead we can...
Mr. Stringer, you can't escape. Your psychological profile has been broken down and synthesized by a computer. It duplicates your thought processes and predicts every decision, every move.
It's Detler. Come on, Lisa. We got to get out of here.
Out of here.
The swamp won't help. Nothing will. Return to the sanctuary of Eden Isle. You will be taken care of, protected, provided for.
Come on, Lisa, we can't stop now.
Stop now.
Can't, we can't.
Can't.
Lisa, what did they give you?
Give you.
Oh, my God. You can't be Lisa.
You've stopped running, Mr. Stringer. That's a wise decision. No harm will come to you. Stay where you are and wait for us to pick you up.
They know every move that we make.
We make.
They're homing in on the bracelet. It's the bracelet.
Bracelet.
I'm very pleased that you're cooperating. There's joy to be found in the return of the prodigal, and you will find life at Eden Isle even more rewarding now. Cooperation and enlightened, coexistent, are the theme of our community.
Hiya, partner. Is he here yet? My friend, did he arrive?
No, but he called.
Where did he call, from the airport?
No, the bus terminal. Said to tell you he'd be here on Thursday.
Thursday. What happened?
Well, he said he tried, but he just couldn't bring himself to fly, so he's taking the bus.
Can you believe this guy? In this day and age, he's taking a bus. Look, where's the police station? I mean, you do have a police station, don't you?
Yeah.
Is there an officer on duty?
You're looking at him.
Well, can I see the sheriff, officer? It's very important.
You're looking at him.
You're the sheriff.
Chief of police. Automobile accident?
Well, not exactly.
Well, you look as bad as I do. Worse even.
That's terrific. You know, I got one at home just like that.
You got one with static?
No, black and white.
They ain't even made them in the last 10 years.
15 years. That's a collector's item you got there. It's a classic.
Is that what you come to talk to me about?
No. Look, Chief, I'm going to need your help. What I'm about to tell you is going to sound crazy at first, but it's true. I'm not crazy. I'm sane. I want you to know that, okay?
Okay with me.
All right. I joined Eden Isle 2 days ago with a girl named Lisa. We tried to leave today. They wouldn't let us. We tried to escape. I escaped. She didn't. Now, she's there against her will. I've got to get her out of here before they get to her and...
No, just a second. Would you just run that last part by me again?
Look, Sheriff.
No, Chief.
Chief, right, Chief. Have you ever heard of cloning, Chief?
Clowning?
No. Cloning. As in to clone.
As in to clone?
Right.
No, I never heard of it.
Look, Chief, I'm going to make a deal with you. You take me back to Eden Isle. On the way back, I'll explain my story. If you think it sounds flaky, you kick me out, you turn around, come back, and you watch your TV.
Let me understand this. I can kick you out, turn around, come back and watch my TV.
Right.
Sounds good to me.
Let's do it. Unbelievable. It's a classic, Chief.
Listen, if you like that TV, I'll make you a good price on it.
No, I'm talking about the truck. I got one at home. 71 gear, factory equipped, original condition.
No lie.
Why would I lie about something like that?
Why would you lie about any of this?
Look, I don't understand it all myself. But basically, cloning is the reproduction of an entire living organism using the genetic structure of a single cell from the original organism.
Damn.
And it's something else, huh?
And you say that's what they did to this fella Corder and that girlfriend of yours?
Well, the way I see it is their only mistake must have been with Porter. Maybe he was killed somehow. The clone that they tried to replace him with wasn't developed enough yet. So that's why he looks 40 years old.
Cloning. As in to clone.
Right, as in to clone.
Damn. Let me handle it. Sorensen, Navajo Springs Police.
Delta 616, open the gates.
How you doing? Found one of you people wandering along the highway. Thought I'd better bring him on in. Kept
kept yammering about something called clowning.
Cloning?
Ain't that something? You catch on real fast.
We appreciate this, Chief. I was just called in.
You mean you don't want him?
Of course. Of course we want him. But I have to call in before I can...
Well, just a minute. Well, if I don't leave him here now, you're going to have to come down tomorrow and pick him up yourself.
He's in good hands here.
Well, I don't believe I made myself clear. I'm going in with him.
No, you can't. No one except residents.
No, I don't believe you understood what I meant. I said we're both going in.
Delta 616, security.
This the place?
Yeah, this is the place, Chief. All we gotta do now is get in.
If you worry about proving what you said, I'll worry about getting us in. You're on private property. You need a warrant. Why? We ain't found nothing yet.
Welcome back, Mr. Stringer. With a little help, you should be back to normal in no time.
Never mind with the threats, Detler. Where's Lisa?
You should be better able to answer that than I. You left together.
No. I mean the real Lisa. Not the clone that you tried to replace her with.
Clone? What on earth are you talking about? All right, we'll look after him now. And, thank you, Sheriff.
Chief, ask him to show you the room that I told you about. And then we'll see who'll take care of who.
Mr. Stringer's lodged a complaint. I gotta check it out.
There it is, Chief. You've got a lot to learn, Detler. Did you think that locking the door would make a difference this time? To a professional?
This time, I don't understand. This door is always locked.
He's lying, Chief. Make him open the door.
Better open it.
Well, are you satisfied?
He switched them, Chief.
And switched, them?
The clones, Mr. Detler.
As in, two clones. See, he says that...
He knows perfectly well what I'm talking about. This room was filled with clones of Emery Corder.
Chief, I really believe this has gone far enough. I think it's time for you to meet Mr. Corder personally. Emery, why don't you tell the police chief here that you are perfectly all right? All right.
That's a clone, Chief. It's not a human being. He's just repeating words.
Mr. Corder is only now beginning the long road to recovery after his fall. His motor reflexes are just beginning to respond to treatment, but I can assure you that his mind is functioning perfectly. As will be Mr. Stringer's, if he will only allow us to help him.
All right, stay back now, boys.
Wait just a second.
Well, why don't you do this, Chief? Leave Mr. Stringer here, and you come back in the morning. If we haven't convinced him and you of his delusions, by then, why, you can take him away with you.
It won't be me, Chief. It'll be a clone.
Is that fair?
That sounds fair to me.
All right, back off, boys. Stay back before you get hurt. Stay back.
Put that bottle down, Stringer.
You too, Chief. You stay back.
Look out!
Get the extinguisher! Chief, look at Carter.
Does he look like a functioning human being? He has no fear because he has no concept of death or pain.
Reactions have simply been dulled by sedatives.
Sedatives? What do you mean? You're dealing with him, Mrs. Detler? Fear has immediate response.
Chief, check his pulse. I bet you it's normal.
Get him out of here.
Hold on right there. I think I will just check his pulse.
Lisa? Lisa. Come on, wake up. Wake up.
What's the matter?
Come on.
Swallow's here. Come on. Come on. Stringer, you're wonderful.
But am I a hero?
No.
No?
A hero carries the girl off into the sunset. I carried you.
April 10th, 1996. Emery Corder report continued.
The chain of logical deduction was actually quite simple for any trained professional. When Carter found out that Detler was trying to replace him with a clone duplicate that he could completely control, he tried to escape and was killed trying to get through the electronic perimeter. Paragraph. Detler had to replace Carter. But at this point, none of the clones had progressed in age enough. Ergo, he was forced to... Capital E, Essie. Replace Carter with the oldest one available. What's the matter, Hatteran? You don't use visit views anymore?
Knowing you, I didn't figure it would work.
Well, what's the trouble? One of your master computers blow another case?
No trouble. The Carter case was unique. Computer banks have registered and stored all the applicable information. The same mistake obviously couldn't happen again.
Obviously.
But, on the other hand, the computer is not without gratitude. Just for you.
Just for me, huh? Look at the numbers. An endangered species, huh? Last of the dinosaurs. Henry, you can't tell me I'm the only private detective left in the world.
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
But what are all the numbers?
It's a new computer system. They're not numbers. They're your name.
Holly claims she has an evil twin stalking her. Is she mad or is she truly possessed? Drew Barrymore stars in Doppelganger, a Sci-Fi Channel premiere feature next on the Sci-Fi Channel.